Well, welcome to the end of day 8
Day 8
of
already.
Kolkata.
Seems like a month, but seems like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today was much smoother because we were firing on all 7 cylinders. You never fire on 8 cylinders here.
But it was a good day.
Yeah, we had Amanda back, so we
Made it
didn't
great.
feel like we were like lost.
Yeah. It's a good day. Started out well. Today was another Uber day. So we got up, we ate breakfast and took an Uber.
You and I both packed honey badgers,
We did.
stands,
We
because
packed
we
the heavy
figured we would,
backpacks,
yeah,
yeah.
so our backpacks weigh like over 20 pounds
It's
apiece.
too much.
Mine was fine.
Yeah.
I just had all the point and shoot cameras.
No, but you know, man, it was worth bringing that gear.
Yeah,
We'll get to that in a
we
minute.
will. It was worth it.
So Uber ride, we're finding it's pretty nice taking the Uber.
It is. It's very simple and doesn't
Like
cost us
today.
more.
Today was cheap Uber day, 131 rupees, going.
The only thing is the Uber drivers always seem angry or something.
I just don't talk.
They say nothing.
Nothing.
It's like a very
It's
uncomfortable.
okay.
It's like riding in an elevator with somebody.
Sometimes you just don't want to talk to people.
And I'm the guy that likes to say hi to people.
Well, they say hi
How you
back.
doing? I said hello, and he says hello.
I say hello.
Hello.
Just shut up and sit down.
Seat belt.
That's okay.
If you had to talk to people all day long.
Yeah, spitting and farting in your car. Yeah.
Yes.
but 131 rupees on the way there, 136 on the way home.
Again.
Again, it's
less than $2.
Less than $2.
And you don't have to fight people to get on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to
You
walk.
don't have to stand the
from
whole
train
time.
station. That's direct.
Versus, you know, yeah, $1.20 to ride the bus, $2 to ride an Uber. So the bus is nice, but
Uber's nice.
Uber's nicer.
So we were first ones to school today. Kids were kind of late.
They were.
They're supposed to be there at 7:45. We was anybody there at 7:45? Who?
Nandini?
I don't remember seeing anybody.
Who was the first? No, there's somebody was there right
Rio
at
was the first.
Ria. Okay, so Ria was there. It was like 7:44 because I remember going, "Hey, everybody else is late." I was joking with her about 1 minute. We shut the gate.
So I think the last student arrived at like 8:05.
And that's always the teacher and her sister.
Yeah. But it's okay, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, that they gather.
I mean, so we're not running out to do anything
No.
anyways.
So you gave your little presentation today on joy.
But first, as I was waiting for the kids, we got to watch the rats. You didn't watch the rats, but I
Told you to
enjoyed
watch
watching the rat
You-
show.
For some reason, you really love the rat show.
I did today. They're like this big. They're huge. They're just beautiful. They're a beautiful creature. They're
I
interesting.
gotta disagree with you on that one.
I've seen Ratatouille a number of times, and they're a very smart animal. They can cook. They love each other. They're very nice.
Good. You can get you a pet rat.
There are a group of them that are mean, but for the most part, most of the rats are very nice. So, anyways, I digress.
Yes.
That
So you
was-
gave a nice little talk on joy today.
Talked about joy.
Today was Joy Day.
Yeah.
Every day before a photo walk, we do a little
It was love,
love.
last time.
It was last time Joy, and Amanda next week will kind of kick it off with peace.
Peace.
Peace, dude. Which I'm looking forward to hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm loving how the kids are responding to those themes, though. You know, it's
They did.
like last time we did that as well, but we didn't know how they would respond. I think they responded well last time, but this time we've gone a little more in depth, maybe.
Yeah. We were more organized this time for it.
So I liked it.
And the sarcastic side of me, what I really like today, is the girls that would say, "Look, no joy," and taking pictures of people that were like angry.
So we took off for the photo walk.
My first photo walk,
Your first one, that's right.
because I didn't go on
Yeah, we-
Tuesday.
That's right. You
Two,
didn't go on any yet.
2 on Tuesday and 1 today. Photo walks always, I think, potentially are a stressful part of the day. Because Howrah is not easy to get around just because the volume of people
Yeah.
cars, auto rickshaws, horses, cows.
Imagine you like went to a 4th of July celebration for fireworks in a big city, and it was over, and everybody's going back to their car, and you're taking a group of students in
They're going
to,
back,
to go take
they're
pictures.
going back to their car
Just
in all different directions too.
yeah, in their cars and
Blowing their horns.
with golf carts and bicycles and horses and cows. Yeah,
And all the horses and cows leave behind.
and buses or
And
just,
dogs that look like they're dead, but they're actually
yes,
alive.
uh-huh.
And rats.
Yeah.
And people
It's a
cooking
lovely
things.
place.
You'll get to see videos, but it really is.
Cow poop.
And it's impossible to keep them together.
Hmm.
Today was my job to be the back
You were
guy.
the back wrangler, which I had been all day.
And I
Tuesday.
learned a Hindi word today. Jaldi, jaldi. That means hurry.
Go, hurry.
Hurry, move along, hurry. So I yes, yelled jaldi, jaldi all day. All morning.
So it was kind of cool. I was running the front, and Amanda was kind of hanging in the middle.
Yep.
And so I was up there with our teacher, and there was one point where we turned down the street, and we were walking through some narrow streets in the beginning, and she's like, "Do we really want to go here?" I said, "Yeah, because we want to go at least to the main road,
Yeah.
and then we can turn around." And so we got to the main road, and she goes, "I think we should go this way," which was not turning around, which was awesome because
Yeah.
it really helps to have them. They know the area. She knows it really well. She started to kind of lead us in a great direction, and then
She knew when to cross the road. She knew when to.
she was awesome. And then one of our students, Enamel, said, "Sir, I really want to go across the bridge." And I'm thinking,
I'm so glad you did.
"What bridge?" You know? And I said, "Is it far away?" He goes, "No, sir, it's very close." And I said, "What's there?" He goes, "Sir, I look at the trains and it gives me creativity. I love to be creative, and that's my creative place." I'm like, "We're going, right?" So we went to the bridge that overlooked all the train tracks, like 18 tracks wide,
Yeah.
right? And
We just watched trains slowly move in and trains slowly move out under us.
so it's really fun. It's like we're still timid, you know, and taking pictures of people just in an unknown area. These kids are not shy at all. Like there's people that, you know, we ask before you take
Yeah.
a picture of most people. These people said, "No, thank you." Right? And what do the kids do? They walk right up and go right in their face, click, click, click. It's just as
Yeah.
fun. And
They don't just go click, click, they go click, click, ha 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 ha, click, 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 ha, ha, ha.
They do. It was funny. I was like, oh, well, okay, here it goes.
so tell me your feedback, like from the photo walk. That was your first photo walk with the kids.
Yeah, well, it wasn't as stressful as I thought it was going to be, honestly. But I think that was because, I don't know if I'm just like used to walking
You're getting used to it.
or something. Like, I don't know, it seemed like, it was fun. It was
Mhm.
good. And, yeah, I think the kids really enjoyed it, and it's interesting though that they kind of group up after a while of like people who stay behind and take a lot longer than the ones that just kind of want to walk. Like Abhishek and Anish were like walking up in the front,
Yeah.
and I had to call them back a couple times, but yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed that.
I love what the kids are seeing on the photo walk. You know,
Yeah.
besides the themes, you know, we've been teaching the rule of thirds, and
Mhm.
shapes and lines, and they're constantly showing us that they heard what we were teaching. It's pretty cool.
My favorite moment on the walk, photographically, was on the bridge when Kuzbu said, "Look, sir." And there was a guy like cutting melon, shaving a melon, and all the kids were around him, click, 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 click. And she got down on her knees, and he had this, under the cart, he had like plates of pieces of melon cut up. There was all light coming in, and she shot that. It looked like food photography from a restaurant. She's like, "Sir, look." I'm like, "Where is that?" I'm standing right there going, "Where?" She's like, "Sir, down here." So we've been talking about getting on your knee. I love when kids do what they're supposed, you know, like
There's a
we've
couple.
been-
There's a couple of these kids that
yeah.
are really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's those that are getting there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Including, I mean, this jumps forward, but it doesn't. It's not out of sequence or anything. But we saw Saba today, you know, who was one of our students 2 years ago, and I loved what she said.
Yeah,
Like
it's really
immediately,
cool.
I was just talking about you going to school and all this. I'm in, you know, whatever. She's in 10th grade now, and And she's like, "Sir, I want to finish my photography courses. I want to pursue. I want to pursue them." So you just know that we had an impact, and she was our best photographer, hands down.
Yep.
So, and she was smiling. So back to Photowalk.
So you liked it.
Yeah, I did. It was really fun. It's fun to be able to walk with the students and not, just around in our circle in the compound, but and they were talking and I was trying to listen, but at the same time I was trying to pay attention. So that was kind of an interesting little dance around that.
So we come back to the school, and the all the kids that go to school, they have like this morning rally thing, right? That's kind of fun. I actually really enjoy it. They sing songs, but it's always funny because this guy here, I think, always tries to get these kids in trouble.
I do all the time.
And so these kids, they're very strict on making sure these kids are lined in a perfect row.
And I go around whispering to them all.
They go from the shortest to the tallest, right? And they're always, they have to walk like this in, and can't make any noise. They can't talk, and they can only sing. And there's Mark getting every kid in trouble, and then you hear, "Why is there talking?"
He goes scurries away.
Oh, it's so fun.
So I love that part of the day. Then we did our class, our morning session, which we kind of ran out of. I mean, it was like we got done in 10 minutes and had to improvise, which actually turned out great. Both of them. We kind of did a review and.
It's good to not pack the class with too much. We're finding, because that's the best time, is even that, like, when we're making it up and we're just kind of talking.
Yep.
We just keep reviewing. And you asked all the kids this morning, what's your favorite part so far? That was this morning.
I think so.
You're like, okay, before we go, what's your favorite thing about photography class? Mm-hmm. And the first kid, it was amazing. He stood up and he said,
"Let me ask it a different way. What is your favorite part? What is the best part?"
"Is the photography class?"
He's one of those that needs a little bit of help. But you know what?
It was great.
He is having a ball.
Yeah. He's a kid that we're having an impact on.
He is
Some of his stuff today from our little scavenger hunt thing was pretty good.
It actually was. It actually was good.
He takes direction.
He does. And
he doesn't do things well on his own, but he takes direction
I'm glad he's
perfectly.
in the class. Because he's one of those kids that,
who knows?
And if you can touch him in any way, make a difference in his life, it's just awesome.
But you would think, after a kid has had a camera for the first time in his life for 2 days,
he should be
a professional by now.
So we finished that class, and then we have a little break time. So we took a walk this morning, the three of us. Where did we end up?
Man, that feels like it was like a week ago. The Howrah bus station.
Or train.
Train station. We went through the bus station to the train station, and holy moly.
That's an incredible amount of people. I didn't know that many people can fit on, well, they don't even fit on the train, they spill out the sides, but it's insane. You're standing on the platform before the train pulls up, and the train pulls up and you're watching all these people come out, and thinking, how long is it going to take for the train to empty? And, 10 minutes later, it's still coming. And it gets so hot, just standing there and having people pass you, because, they've been sitting on the train for who knows how long. And
so let's try this. Okay, Google, how many people a day travel through the Howrah rail station?
Here are the top results. The first is from Wikipedia.
Approximately 617 passenger trains pass through the station each day.
so that's just the trains.
And each one holds at least 1,000 people.
Yeah, here. Well, that's just my first sentence. So if we go there,
That's a lot of trains.
23 platforms. It's the largest number of platforms in an Indian railway. Come on. I was hoping it was going to give it here so that we weren't just, like going, it's about this many. I remember reading it's something like 3.5 million people every single day.
I believe it.
3.5 million.
I love that place. We actually did it last time we were here. Is just one of the little underpasses, right? And you go down this staircase, 20 stairs deep, and it looks like a waterfall. We stand right in the middle of this underground courtyard area and watch the people coming down the stairs, and it's literally like human waterfall. And what do we figure? We were standing there.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, it's like 20 people wide
Yeah,
at least, because I tried to count quickly, like, and it was like every second at least there's that line of people. So we were like, okay, if it's 20 people a second, 60 seconds, it's 120 people a minute. No, 1,200 people a minute. You know, and then it was like times whatever, and it was like over 80,000 people an hour or something.
That's
or-
just
That's the one staircase.
That's the one staircase.
Because it doesn't stop. I mean, it's just like
And that was what's crazy. You were like going, okay, is it going to be a break? We'd go, oh, it's a little bit of a break. The next one would come in.
trickle. Yeah.
But it never stopped.
And then the lime, or I don't know what they were actually. Whatever fruits they were selling. Not bananas, but
it sounded like bananas.
kind of. And then it sounded like maracas and horchata and.
So what do they
Uh-huh.
do? Like what do you say? I mean, why do you say that?
Oh, well, it's just we've been waiting for the banana. But these were
It was like
Maraca. And a bunch of different stations right next to each other.
I still crack up every time I get the sir, and you turn and they're like, picture, sir. Like, take my picture, and then they pose for you, and
And then walk away.
then they say show, and I show them, and they go, thank you,
Uh-huh.
you're welcome, you're welcome.
Yeah, they don't care that they're never going to see the picture. They
They
just
just
like
want me to have the picture of them, and they smile.
So nice of them.
It's awesome.
came back to school.
Yep.
George showed up with the Belgian friends.
Hello.
It'd be interesting to hear their perspective of what they saw.
Yeah, I would like to
Because-
hear.
They're buttoned up more, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, just like
Yeah.
They had never been in Howrah,
no. And the Howrah is a very different experience.
especially that part of it.
Uh-huh.
We saw the nice part of it last time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's still rough, but most of these kids live in the Pecana slums.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the worst part of Howrah.
We haven't been there yet. We maybe should take a walk.
Yeah, we really need to show Amanda. But again, we're gonna set up so we can hopefully go to some of the kids'
It's a
houses.
pretty cool area. You'll feel uncomfortable,
Subnam and Sana live right on Pecana Lane.
but it's pretty neat.
It is.
We had lunch today again at school. Today,
Here's a question we still cannot answer. How is it possible that you can make tea that is, it has to be hotter than 212 degrees?
When it can boil in
when
a
they
paper cup.
they brought that tea out that took off my fingerprint today in a paper cup. It was boiling.
After she walked away, it wasn't like pour it boiling.
No.
She poured it. We were like,
There
let's
were
set it
bubbles
down.
bubbling up in my tea of boiling water.
Yeah, it was like it was superheated, and then
I don't know how they get the liquid so hot.
and they walk around the school with this pot of tea with all these kids, you know, pouring this stuff. Oh, anyways,
We did hear an interesting comment from the kids about why they don't like tea.
yeah.
So they've been told this by somebody, but they're like, I think you asked, do you like the tea? And they're like, no, sir, I don't drink tea. And you're like, why not? Because it makes my skin dark.
Yeah, it makes our skin black.
So, a lot of Indians want the weed, they call it the weedish, right? The weedy color skin, it's the lighter skin. They think the tea makes their skin dark.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
It's funny, the more, I look at people close up, or teacher, you can see she puts on like a white powder. Their face has a very light.
So I found that interesting.
Yeah. No, it makes our skin black. No, it doesn't. So I said, I drink tea all the time.
So look at
Look
me."
at me.
And
they
Amanda
laugh.
doesn't, look at her.
I know, I'm translucent.
This afternoon was fun though.
Yeah, so we didn't do a photo walk. It was,
No, but before that we had class.
yeah. We made some purple stew.
Yes. And then we got to hand them the picture that was our favorite picture from each student
Yeah.
that we print out. And we pinned medals today.
Last time, it was good, last 2 years ago. It was like, you know, there's your thing, and they kind of have the, like, confused look, and then it would be like, good job, we would do this, Sarah and you and I, and then the kids would join in, like, oh, yay.
These kids were like,
Woo, woo, woo! Yeah, it was
They
crazy.
were guessing before we had them.
Yeah.
We just held those pictures and they
it was
could
pretty
guess.
exciting to see their
Yeah.
excitement.
And they were excited, when you guys turned the pictures, it wasn't like, they were looking, they were like, oh,
They, you know, like, good picture.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear it in the video. I just watched the video, and it's like, you can hear him saying, I think it was Sana that said to Jyoti, and she said, great picture, I love it. And that, to hear that is a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Again, impact. It's
Yep. And every one of them, you were going like, why do we like this? And they were nailing it. They were like, rule of thirds, lines, and they were cross points. So.
It was fun too I kept glancing at the class across the hall and they just kept watching.
Oh, they want to be in the class so bad.
And the teacher was just standing in the doorway watching.
And I love that today I saw them showing Mrs. Sarkar.
Yeah, that was.
And
Yeah.
Mrs. Sarkar was like, there is so much creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is exciting because she doesn't show a lot of emotion.
No.
Well, she doesn't show a lot of positive
Positive.
emotion.
She's
Yeah.
warming up to us, I think.
She loves us.
Yeah. So I just have to hide in the mornings behind the pillars when I'm making the jokes.
Yeah, if you're gonna make the jokes.
I was too. I always keep her
Oh,
behind the
she
post.
saw you today.
Yeah,
Yes.
I watched her stare you down as you were dancing along to the songs.
Doing the exact same thing everybody else was doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably my fault. I was laughing at you and she
That's
probably
right,
looked at
yes.
me and-
Instead of doing the signs, the hand signs like you're
Well,
supposed to.
I'm sorry, I was taking pictures.
Mother.
Anyways, so we got these medals, and Mark and his family made them all, which I appreciate. Did a great job on those things. But the medals, we have one for love, one for joy, one for peace. So today we pinned the love. So it just means they finished this portion of the lessons
Yeah.
successfully. And it's a pretty special moment, I think.
Yeah,
And
they do
They
too.
take great pride in it,
Yeah.
except I broke the very first medal that I pinned on the nail.
Yeah.
It like popped off, but luckily we had a spare. But you know, just being able to pin something on them, and they're gonna wear it for the rest of the time that we're here at least, and you know,
Yeah.
it's a thing of pride. They get to go around school wearing medal, and then the coolest part is the photographer of the week or the theme or whatever we're calling it, and
Was Satna.
she did a great job.
She had so many strong images.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I mean, like the images that we went through, we had some that had 2 good images. Sapna had 13 great
I think
images.
she was like a 15.
Was it 15?
Yeah.
Great
yeah.
images.
And every one of them, like, were as good as, anybody could take. It
Yes. So it was cool. It was cool. So she got an extra pin that has a little camera on it.
She gets to wear the extra pin.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great because all day long, kids were like, "Sir, who is the best photographer? Who is the?" It's
Mm-hmm.
they were really excited. So that's a huge thing.
So we don't know how long these lessons are going to take based upon stuff. So we have 2 class periods for this last class that we do,
Yeah.
and we got done.
It was like you
Way
were like,
earlier.
it's 1:36. We were supposed to be done at 2:15.
2:15.
Like, what do we do now?
What do we do?
Because it was hangout time is what we had planned on today. Kids were staying after the hangout.
So we ended up doing something else. We asked them more questions, and
A little bit.
then we said, let's go downstairs.
Yep.
So we were gonna originally just do, today was hangout day,
Yeah, we wanted to play
Okay.
games and just get to know the
but you know,
kids.
they don't really know necessarily what that means to us, right? So we ended up coming up with kind of a little quick scavenger hunt thing. It turned out to be a huge hit.
Yeah.
It was fun. And what was really cool about it is the kids then were focused on capturing those pictures and not just snapping nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of these kids will. They'll just take pictures of the trees, of the leaves, of the wall, of the, not for any purpose. But so what was some of the things we asked
Well, we
them?
started with like we
It was
went
vertical
back
and
to our
horizontal,
lesson.
yeah.
You know, we were talking about, you know, vertical portrait and then horizontal be landscape, and so we had you have to get a picture of one person in portrait and then a picture of a group of people in horizontal landscape. And so they would go out and they'd bring it back, and they were looking really good.
They were good.
Yeah, those
Oh,
were great
okay,
ones.
this is good. And then the other ones,
Then it was like two people smiling.
yeah,
Big smile.
Big
smiles. And I think my favorite was the ear, because some
Yeah,
people were like,
then it
"An
got
ear?"
ridiculous,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're like,
An ear?
Just
you have
an
to
ear.
Take a picture of a ear.
That poor girl. I think 6 people were sticking their camera in her
That was
ear. She
pretty
just
funny.
sat there.
She was like this 4th grade girl that just was like, do I not move?
So it was fun. We spent about an hour actually with these kids chasing around,
Yep.
finding, and they would come running back like,
Look,
"Sir, look, what's next?"
Yep.
Yeah.
It was
like feet. Feet.
and those are some killer pictures. I mean,
Yeah,
like got
like the
shadow in
shadows.
there.
Yeah, Sana got those great shadows.
That was
on.
awesome.
Yeah.
Really liked it.
And then we were seeing, like, even then, the feet thing that you said, 2 sets of feet, 4 feet. They were having a 3-legged race, and we saw 3 girls, like, kneeling down out there getting photos. Like, wow. It doesn't even matter if the photos were good or not, just they were
that they
thinking.
were going through
Yeah.
the concepts.
Yeah, so that was great. And then we hung out. Amanda played the ukulele,
That was fun.
and that started, what we found is very hard because you can't hear anything.
It is so loud.
But I was shocked how well I heard when you were playing it. You could
It
hear
wasn't
it.
bad, yeah.
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 But when you're there,
There's just so much
I could barely hear
ambient
myself.
street noise.
yeah.
And,
Because I remember the last time you and I, we talked about this, the surfaces. We would turn them on, even in here when there was lots of traffic. We're like, I can't hear it.
Mhm.
At school, you couldn't hear it at all. We were both thinking, like, something's wrong with our
right.
surfaces.
Get home, it's like, wow, this is really loud.
Super loud. It's just that loud, always. So that was fun. I loved seeing their faces, listening to her sing.
We pulled out the
Badgers.
Badger Unleashed studio monolights that we brought
Yeah.
with us.
That was fun. So you and I each kind of went different directions and started going, come over here, and getting their portraits. And next week's portrait day, where we'll do a little more formal, but this was just fun.
It was. We created some really cool portraits.
Yeah. It is fun as a portrait photographer. You want to show people in a great light.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you want people to see the kids we're working with and really see them.
Well, it's like, I posted some on Facebook tonight from those portraits. And, like, when I'm looking at those kids, and someone actually commented, said, sorry, Steve, I started loving one picture, but I had to love them all. She says, I went from one to another. These kids are beautiful. And, like, you look at these pictures,
Yeah.
we lit them well, and it was just cool. But, it doesn't matter where they are. They're beautiful kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Inside and out. I mean,
Yeah.
you can see that they have a rough life. The one girl tonight,
Oh gosh, I
it
felt
was
so
one of those
bad.
feel bad situations. But
Mhm.
she rides, she's a little teeny girl. Sweet girl. I know there's some stuff going on in her life that maybe isn't great, but
Rides an hour.
she rides an hour on the cheap bus, right? The cheap bus is just a bus that I would not ride.
No.
But she rides this pretty much alone or with her little sister, an hour to and from school. So we had taken the Uber. The Uber pulls up. She's standing across the street, and she says,
It pulled up on the wrong side of the street,
Yeah.
so we had to cross where she
across
was.
where she was, and she goes, "Sir, is this your car?" I'm like, "Oh, it's not our car. It's the car we're going home in." Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. And she's looking in
She's looking
as
inside,
we're getting
like
in.
we're getting in, and then
She looks up.
her bus is sitting on the other side of our car, and
She's like,
pulls off
She tried to run for it, and the bus just
You
was
didn't
gone.
stop.
Yeah. she's-
because the bus driver's sitting on the other side. So he
Yeah.
can't
I'm like,
see it.
did you miss your bus? And she's like, yes. Now I wait 13 minutes, another bus.
You're like, oh,
We already kept her after school, and And she's the sweetest little
She
girl
is.
you'll ever meet.
And a pretty good photographer too.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, these kids, we've talked about this. I was gonna say we joke around about it, but no, we've actually had serious talks about it. That anybody that complains about life in the United States, this is gonna sound
About
bad.
Anything.
I want to punch him, right?
Yeah.
I won't, but you feel like it.
So
All you need to do is spend a week in India, not as a tourist,
Yeah.
but live like we're living. Go to where these kids live, right? Live with them, do the stuff with them.
Walk
You will
down the
never,
streets.
never complain about pollution, education, that someone offended you,
Yeah.
that the air is dirty, that
You-
something smells bad,
Someone was rude.
someone was rude, oh, I need to take a shower, I'm so dirty, like all this stuff. It's like, have you felt that way?
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no way that you can say anything bad about the United States. We have our problems in the U.S. I mean, there's a bunch of problems. Every country has problems, but
No.
we've got it better than anybody in the world,
Yep.
hands down.
Yeah.
It's a hard country to live in.
It is. But on that note, it was a great day.
Oh,
it really was.
fantastic stinking day.
Ubered home.
It
We
had a great
downloaded photos, and we had a. To me, it was my favorite meal tonight.
was very good. Barbecue Nation.
Man, we had these prawns, and we were afraid to eat prawns last time here.
They were awesome.
It's best prawns I've ever had, I think. It's very well beef.
Here's the crazy thing. So Barbecue Nation is a kind of a weird place, actually, when you start to think about it. Think of like a Korean barbecue, right,
yeah.
where they have the hibachi in the center of the table. So they come in and they say, okay, your starters are coming.
Yeah.
Do you want veg or non-veg? And so, of course, we want non-veg. We like meat. So they bring out all this stuff on skewers. Plus, these fried prawns,
Yeah.
plus the most amazing fried corn
Oh, that corn.
that you've ever had. Plus these potato thingies.
Man, they were good.
Drenched in some wonderful sauce.
Wonderful sauce. Like, great food. That's the starters. And then the
I was
starters,
full after this.
yeah, on the
Yes.
hibachi was like more prawns,
Chicken.
chicken, mutton, green fish, which was weird.
Which
looking.
I had, which was hot.
Another kind of white fish.
Mushrooms,
Mushrooms,
little
potatoes.
potatoes, or just on these skewers.
That's the starters. And then they have a full buffet,
Yeah.
which by the time we got done with our starters, because
Like-
we had like 19 prawns, I think, each.
Yeah. And then they had all this dessert.
These little ice cream things. Which are
Yeah, that's fun.
So
kind
it,
of like chalk, like the big chalk crayon
I
things.
think that's what they look like.
used to get.
But here's the amazing thing about that place. It cost $10,
Yeah.
$10 US.
For this
Eat
experience.
like a king.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a pricey meal here.
Yeah, that is a pricey meal here.
But, man, it was great. Man.
So that's one thing that I think well, I know we've done different on this trip compared to before, is that we have one meal out every day, and we make sure it's a decent meal. I mean, we don't go extravagant, right? I think our most expensive meal, this was one of our most expensive meals, actually. $30 is what it cost us, American dollars. But that's made a big difference in how
Just
we function.
mental,
It's
yeah.
just a mental
Mental
thing,
health
just like,
and-
and it's actually a really enjoyable time, but you
It is.
need some time that is just comfortable after you've been doing this all day.
Yep.
So
And now it's almost 10 o'clock and it's bedtime.
it's
Wow. That's
I've-
the latest I've made it in the last like week.
I said today feels like the day my clock got set on my body. I don't feel like I'm off now. I feel like,
I feel like I need some liquid though. before
Yes.
I go to bed.
all right, let's get some liquid. Hit the hay. Hey,
Did we talk about last night ever?
we did this morning.
This morning?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
breakfast.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, over
It was
breakfast.
like a week ago.
Everything feels like a week ago.
It was that night of.
Can't wait to talk about tomorrow. I just know tomorrow's going to be awesome.
Okay, don't talk about it until you can't wait until tomorrow because tomorrow you'll talk about it. But yes, it's gonna be awesome.
But all night I'm gonna toss and turn because I want to take my 85 tomorrow
Why don't you?
and just 85 it all day. I want to
Why don't you take 2 lenses? I have 2 lenses.
I know you do.
That's what I shot all my stuff with today. Is my 85.
Did you really?
All those
Man, I was wondering why yours look so shallow. And we're
portraits were with my 85.
See you tomorrow.
It's adorable.